Last episode in Manseille. After 6 years of digging, the canal system of Manseille was ceremonially opened in 1852 by Mayor Backbay and funder of the project, Mr. Treefeller. As the water flowed in, the mayor proclaimed that these canals would help transport goods throughout the city for many years to come. Only half a year later, the first college of Manseille was opened by the pair, and in 1853, the Sunken Cathedral finished construction too. The city grew quickly, with whole new city districts constructed to house the many immigrants looking for work. And work there was plenty. For example, the first large-scale brewery in the world opened in 1854 on the brand new coal gasification industry. This episode in Manseille. Hello, bonjour, and welcome back to Manseille, to City Skylines, where today I'm gonna start, I don't know. I think I'm gonna start today by building some additional houses over here. Because this feels like a very weird edge to the city. Very empty. So let's start by doing that. It's a little bit hilly here, but I can work with it. Let's see. First, some bigger roads as a framework. Crossing the rail. Just with a level crossing. Doesn't really matter, I think it's just residential over here. Okay, maybe also some alleyways. Okay, then some texturizing, so adding some different brick roads. These one, for example. Okay, let's make this area. Let's make this area into a park. Now let's add a fence. Then something to do inside of the park. Gazebo. Some trees. No, I think that... No, you know what? I'm gonna add a little pond over here. Turn this section into a bridge. No, only that section, please, not the entire thing. And now, it's a lovely little pond. I guess then that I will add some houses. Copy it from somewhere else, adding some of my own houses, rotating it and moving it with Move It, so it's actually along the road and not just in the middle of the road, so it's a bit weird. It takes some time, but it's definitely worth it. The results are very good. And then just repeat for every single city block. Add some fences along the rail. Along the avenue I want some commercial. That seems like the right location for it. Maybe a tiny alley here. Some very tiny houses for the poorest of the poor. A park. Let's fill this area with a park. There's not much I can do with it, I think. So it's a good location for a park. And there we have it. A bunch of new houses and homes for people to move into, a bunch of new businesses to open, a lovely new park along the avenue over here, a bunch of very tiny houses for the poorest of the poor along the rail, a park behind the commercial here, the commercial itself along the avenue. I think it all looks quite lovely. Just my own words, of course, but I'm pretty proud of this. This looks very good, in my opinion. Okay, so let's have time pass for a little bit so people can move in. Now, I also need to remove parking from this space because I still don't want dead horses on the sidewalk. Like here, horses parked, so it looks a little bit weird. And I also need to give this place a name. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to pronounce this. Sure. What's better than a name than you can't even pronounce yourself? Now the parks. What's this called? Gazebo. Park the gazebo. Sure. Railside Plaza. What's plaza in French? Place de rue. Sure. Don't think that's how you pronounce it. Now, next thing I want to do is build some more industry because there's a lot of demand for it. But before I do that, I want to somehow build a rail in this direction and have like some way to connect it over here. I really have no clue how I'm gonna do that. Let's start by building the rail. I think I'm gonna do that slightly sunken in an open tunnel. Why am I building this rail? Well, mostly for future expansion. Let's build a bridge over here. Want a slightly more to the slightly smaller arc. Let's add a note. Why is the canopy returning? That's a bit weird. I guess I can easily fix that. Just upgrade it again. Perfect. Then I can add a tunnel, small tunnel section over here. Use the move it auto smooth slope function to make it a lot more smooth over here. And now I somehow have to connect it, which is gonna be a pain, I think. I could connect it over here, the level crossing. That's a little bit of a sharp turn. Let's do that again. Is this too steep? Yes, that's definitely too steep. Remove the trees from over here. Let's also add some trees over there. Now, a tunnel. Connect it over here. I should probably not connect it like that. And then not a tunnel on this side. Move this a little bit up. Smooth it out. And use node controller for the same trick as the other side. I can't make it smooth. Apparently not. Apparently it's already smooth. Sure. Then to hide the tunnel. Okay.
now trains wanting to enter this rail can go here and then back out, which actually works in the game. Very interesting. That's actually something that trains will do. Now to add the walls around this. Following this was an hour of increasing frustration as I tried to get this wall to work. Eventually I'll switch to another wall that does work, so let me just skip to that section of the video for you. Yeah, I'll use this one. So the problem with using the other one is that you have to add a bunch of grass to cover up the slopes, because it doesn't work automatically with that one. And if you make the slope too steep with then you get those dark patches. So then I had to have a very thick piece of grass to cover this entire slope, which I didn't really want to do, because that means that I can't really build anything next to this. I think this one is a little too close to the rail. I don't want the trains clipping into the wall. Let's fill this entire thing with gravel. While I'm busy, let me also just extend it on this side. Maybe I can connect it to the rail over here. Oh, that's a very steep hill I'm on here. Okay, not over here. This terrain seems flat enough, except for this little bit, but I can tunnel through that. Smooth slope. Also smooth out the terrain a little bit over here. A few cliffs are okay, but too much doesn't look too good. Turn off tree and prop anarchy, and turn on snapping again. A level crossing in here should be fine in the middle of the countryside. These are two different kinds of rail, but if I do it like this, it should be fine. That's fine. Now to select the nodes over here and make it smooth slope from here to here. I want to smooth the terrain a little bit around here, a little bit around here. And I built it the wrong way around. Can I move this under the roads? Yeah, I can. Sort of. Do it also on the other side here. That looks like an open tunnel, which was intended to be. It goes under the road and then off into the distance. Now that's done, I think it's time to address industry. Let's start by building something over here. Probably also should build some roads here. That seems like a good idea. Move this to here. Add a path. Add some concrete to fill this weird space. Perfect. I think this one would really pair well with this. Yeah. back here I'll add some props, some cards like this maybe. Yeah, just some random stuff all over the place to fill the space. Let's place a slightly larger factory over here. I mean, I have already used this modular factory, but I can use twice. Doesn't really matter, and I don't have that many factories. Let's say that this is a, I don't know, a newspaper factory. The first newspaper of Manseille. Yeah, that makes a good story. A lockyard? I guess a lockyard is fine. It sort of makes sense. Paper is made from wood, right? Now let's use these buildings to hide this little modern building. Perfect. A little fire station over here. You know what, let's get rid of these trees and make it more of a storage area for coal. Yes, coal. Let's add some coal in here. And like the conveyor belt I've used before, or maybe this thing, this crane thing, sure. You know what, I've spent half this episode building this sunken rail line. Let's also use it for a little bit over here. I think this area can use another railway station, just a very small one. This bus station has been here for forever, but now let's finally integrate it into the industrial area. Let's also move this little bit of forestry over this parking lot to hide it like I did in the beginning. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed making this episode. Hopefully I'll see you next time, and I still don't have a good way to end an episode, so I'm just gonna say bye again. Bye!